And welcome back to SA Sports Show. Barry, it's always one of my favourite segments, this one.
He's been missing in action.
He has been missing in action a little bit.
Had his haircut.
Craig, welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Very successful Diggers Day. I heard great game.
Yeah, it was. Replay
Special guest as well. Yeah.
Replay of our grand final as the second year it's been up and running. Of course, the RSL provide the commemorative Guernseys that are auctioned off at the end of the day.
Same result?
One of which is actually sent around Australia and New Zealand and was signed by all living VC holders. So that became a collector's item. Went for a reasonable sort of price. But yeah, a really special guest who attended on the day was Mr. Keith Payne.
Right.
VCAM.
Wow.
And he's...
Just explain that first. Just explain...
Well, VC is the holder of a military Victoria Cross.
Yep.
And he's an Australian medalist as well.
Oh, I thought he was there in the morning.
No.
AM. Oh, right, okay.
But in saying that, he is Australia's most decorated living soldier at the moment. He won his VC in Vietnam. And he's the last of the original VC holders, because they used to be known as the Imperial VC. Now they're just a Victoria Cross, but he is the last one. He's 85 years of age. Came down from Queensland as our special guest of honour. Led the march on and whatever at the start of the game. And
you do it so well though, the Southern League. I mean,
very highly decorated.
Yeah, I mean, you've done Diggers Day for quite a while now, but you know, I mean, you must put a lot of time, a lot of resources, and making it such a special day.
Yeah, and it is, and all thanks to the RSL, of course, with work hand in hand with them fairly closely. But a real good shout out to Flagstaff Hill and Ranella, who played in their grand final last year. That's the game that's always allocated Diggers Day. Of course, of course, both clubs have to be involved to make it a success, and it was
supportive.
And it was a terrific game of footy.
Score-wise, cracker, fantastic.
Not much in it. No. Flaggies got there in the end, but again, Ranella only had the 6-day break because they played on the Sunday the week before against Morphettvale. Had a really historic win there as well. So, look, all in all, it was a really, really good game.
So how do you get Keith Payne to come down to the Southern Footy League from Queensland? How does all that happen? Is it the RSL that does that for you?
Yeah, it is, but we had a little bit of inside help because his son, Ron, who we interviewed last week, was his son.
Bingo.
Oh, right.
So Mum and Dad came down, and of course, a little bit of influence along the way doesn't help. But certainly helped. But it was great to see him, 85 years of age, and still as sharp as, you get people that age that are a little bit, but you couldn't put anything over him.
And it's been a great start of the season, which is
it has.
Been good.
Couple of roughy games last week. Your old
couple
boys.
of close ones. Oh no, Cove.
Well, we're not happy. What's going on?
What's going on?
No, we
not on your watch.
Not on our watch. No, that's exactly right. I think there's going to be
they went down
12 goals too, by the way.
Morphettvale.
Boys.
Are they back Morphettvale? Because they had a really good lean years.
They did. They had a really good win over, a narrow loss to Ranella. Really good win here. So it'll be interesting to plot their progress during the season. They've got quite a few players back. Things are looking pretty good there at Morphettvale. But the other really good game of the round was the game between Port Noarlunga and Noarlunga. And you talk about two tribes going to war. It's a bit like Norwood Port Adelaide games.
It is a bit, isn't it?
Played at the home of the Cockle Diver. And they actually hit the front.
Is that one the last quarter? Yeah,
10 minutes into the last quarter. And Noarlunga just a little bit more experienced in the end, got them by about 17 points, I think it was, in the end.
Well, Shoes.
Shoes are up and about. So
what sort of nickname is that? Where did that come from? The Shoes?
Well, their oval is in the horseshoe of the bend at the Onkapringa River.
Oh, okay.
At Old Noarlunga there.
All right. So how long have they had that nickname?
Since they started, over 100 years ago.
Wow.
Because they used to
so
be
when you were coaching them, you were coaching against the Shoes, but obviously you didn't bring up their
I don't think
nickname or take much notice of your opposition.
Well, you would have been down to the old disco in the day, the Horseshoe Inn.
Oh, yes. Right, I remember the Horseshoe Inn.
Well, same place, Baz.
Oh, okay, that's where it all come from. Oh, yeah, no worries at all.
Christie Beach is a bit of a worry in the way of their
Well, it
performance
depends
at
on
the
whether you
moment.
support Christie's or not. No, they're off to a flying start.
27 goals they kicked
Yes,
last weekend
they
to Port
did.
Aldinga, who you know, they've certainly made good leeway over the last couple of years, with especially their junior development, which has been really important. So yeah, they're still probably a couple of years away of having real strong seniors. But Christie's, wow, that was fantastic.
Belted them.
And we get to see them this week because they'll be the tribe match of the game.
Against?
Ranella.
Against Ranella.
There'll be a cracker, that
There'll be
one.
an
That's a
absolute
good game.
cracker.
It'll be a
So
beauty.
you got the Saints versus the Wineflies, or in your language, mate, St Kilda versus Collingwood.
Yeah.
So that's the colours of the
Whinies,
jumpers.
yeah, no, I'm on to the Whinies.
So Billy will be looking for another win from the Wineflies.
Yeah.
Port Noarlunga take on Aldinga. Morphettville Flagstaff Hill will be an interesting game. Flaggies were good last week in patches. Went down to Noarlunga in the first game.
Yeah.
But
This will test them this game.
Morphettville, this will be a good test for both.
I agree. Yeah.
So when you look at it on paper, if we weren't going there, we'd probably go down to watch that game.
one,
And
yeah.
of course, Noarlunga again at home to the Vikings, Happy Valley.
And what's the story there? Noarlunga, Happy Valley.
Yeah, when you actually look at the record over the years, Happy Valley have actually got the wood on Noarlunga.
Yeah.
The old Vikings
But-
don't mind a bit of a scrap, but Noarlunga
Should.
should.
They should win
Yeah,
it. I mean,
yeah.
Happy Valley
At home too.
They're
Yeah,
struggling a bit at the moment. Happy Valley, I don't think they've won a game so far
No.
this year. So, which is that's unfamiliar territory for them for sure, because they've been so powerful.
Yeah, but
over the last
they've been the results have
decades,
been reasonably
yeah,
close.
but they've been close,
They've been
okay,
competitive.
yeah.
So,
And as you say, some teams have teams that they play well against.
well, I mentioned that last week
Yeah.
when Port's played North Melbourne. North Melbourne always give Port Adelaide trouble, don't they?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
In
you
the
know.
past, in the past. I don't think that's been the case for a while, but you're right. I mean, there are teams
There were
where
just teams that.
yeah, you play well against, or you don't, or you don't play well against. That's true. That's very true. In all sports.
The
mate.
women's leagues are kicking along okay as well. Though.
Yeah, that kicks off this week, actually.
Fantastic.
So,
Yeah.
so it'll be the first opportunity for the ladies and the girls to get out and strut their stuff, so to speak. But looking forward to it, yeah. We've done a lot of work in the off-season.
A lot of it is it, or is it just? I mean, it's just been a natural flow now. It's not as it's not as much work to get the teams all on the field. It's just sort of more of over the years now that transitions make it easier.
It's starting to get that way, but when you only start with under 14s last year and seniors,
Yep.
the under 14s, of course, are too old to play under 14s now.
Yep.
So we had to create another under 16 competition. We've still got enough kids
okay,
coming
yeah,
in
yeah,
to
yeah.
fill the under 14. So we've got 14s, 16s, and senior women.
Wow, fantastic.
And good numbers in all grades. So
With all clubs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
So yeah, no, it's it'll be interesting to see how the girls, because of course, touch wood, we've had a little bit of rain this week. Back to winter weather. So we'll see how the girls.
Oh, they'll do well. 3 or 4 years in now, the
Well, they
competition.
say mud's
they're
very
doing-
good for the completion.
Yeah, very true, very true. Craig, thanks very much for joining us. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
and
good to see
as
you,
always,
mate.
you're just doing such a wonderful job. And from everyone, thanks. And what a brilliant job you did for Diggers Day. You know, done it proud. So
And again, all the money that was raised from that, just to let the listeners know, didn't go back to the footy clubs. It actually goes to RSL Legacy
yeah, fantastic,
Okay.
and
good
veteran
one.
and veteran
And
welfare.
yeah, sure.
fantastic. And Cova got a break this week as well. So we'll be back after
And we
the
need
break.
one, yeah. We need one.